5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're live with Neve.
All right. How's everybody doing today? You're live with Neve, hi from Highlands. I'm looking out at the beautiful Atlantic Ocean. New York City's foggy. It's foggy out here. It's a beautiful 50-something degrees. And you're here, and I'm back, and I got a bunch of great folks on the show with us today. First off, our musical guest today is Andreas Hellkvist, and he is just an unbelievable performer. I want to thank Toby Simmons so much for introducing me to Andreas. I've been a fan now for several months, ever since I first saw him, because it's amazing. You hear a lot more respect for jazz in Europe frequently than you do here in the States sometimes. And Andreas he's got killer B3 chops. He's got killer keyboard chops, period. Today he's playing with a phenomenal drummer who I've been watching the past 3 weeks. I noticed him on the Oscar Peterson show that he did, where they opened up with some Oscar, and I have to tell you, it just kicked my ass, and I enjoy it. So, of course, now I like watching him on a regular basis. Hence, he's here. We've also got a pretty amazing artist who is just going to blow your mind. He's from Marvel Comics. He's going to do some drawing. He's going to show you what he does. And all I can say is you're going to love this guy. It's going to be great. We also have our great friend, and really, we miss him. He's been doing the show from out of town, but he's here, and it's always great when he sends us one. However, having him live and in the flesh is just the best, and I'm glad you're all here watching. If anybody's looking for a hat, here we go. Good Gone Country hat at gonecountryhats.com. They make a great hat. Ask me about it, and I'll hook you up. So, without ado, Julie, where are you? You in the tropics? Good morning.
Yes, I am. And
How
it
are
is
you?
good. It's 70 something here. It's supposed to get up to 90 today, if you can believe it.
Ooh. And that's
Yeah, it's up
hence
to
my
2.
love-hate relationship with Florida.
A little too hot for March or whatever. But yeah,
Yeah.
whatever. I'm not complaining.
Hell no. So what do you think? We got our guests on today. They're pretty smoking, huh?
Hey, we've got some smoking guests like always. They're
Yeah.
gonna kick some ass. We're all about entertainment here. Speaking of which, let's talk a little bit about you and your new.
Oh, my wing?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm going to keep it real short. I broke my arm 2 weeks ago Tuesday. So this week, it'll be 2 weeks next Tuesday.
But how did you break it? You were doing what?
I break it bending over to feed water to my kitties, and I tripped over a box. I fell down on the floor without being able to get my hand up in time, and I just hit the floor with a mighty wallop. And I knew it wasn't just cracked because I heard multiple things happen. So yesterday they told me that I have 5 broken things in various degrees of separation. So the long and short, guys, they're going to put a steel plate here on Monday morning. They're going to go ahead and put some bone pins and a rod down there to hold the head of my humerus on top down. And it's going to be a shit show. But you know what? I'll be the bionic guy, and I hope to be back with superhuman powers of intelligence and the ability to jump small children in a single bound. It's all going to be there. But Mike,
and your thoughts are?
Let's go, man. How are you, Mikey?
Okay,
I don't hear you, brother. He's disappeared on us. Oh, I had to hide that. Can't have any product placement here.
Hey, Mikey.
What the hell? We just had a wonderful and glorious sound check.
I know, we did.
Anyhow,
I know, Mike.
I'm going to keep yapping.
Uh-oh.
Rich is going to be on, and I've only seen a bit of his work, but what I saw today that Julie put up, I just love it. And if you're a fan of comics and Marvel in particular, you're going to really enjoy his segment.
You hear me?
We hear
Yeah, I
you now.
can
You
hear
coming
you a
in?
little bit.
You got
We
me?
do. All right.
All right.
No more
Okay.
sound trouble.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you why you couldn't hear me. Because let's get something straight. First of all, yesterday I made a cup of coffee, but I forgot to put my cup under the thing, so it was all over the counter. Oh, it was Angie's fault. She wasn't even in the kitchen, but I helped. There's no way it was my fault. So now I just was going to get up to tell her something. Everything came with me because my foot was wrapped around the cord for the VOSP port. The headphones, you notice I don't have my headphones. They're gone. They're trash. Everything just broke. Again, she's in the kitchen making salad. Oh, it's so her fault. Never be my fault. That's the end. Now you know why my sound went out for a minute, because it's her fault.
Hey, it's always the spouse's fault. It's like bass players.
No, always. It absolutely is. It is. So, hey guys, listen. I got two things to discuss today. The first one I'm going to make a little quick. These freaking medical shows are bullshit. Every freaking show, whether it's New Amsterdam, The Resident, Chicago Med, whatever freaking hospital it is, every episode, they all have been hacked for ransom. They all have freaking, like every episode so far, every show has covered a guy who his body is turning carbohydrates into alcohol, giving this insanely high alcohol level. Everybody's sleeping with each other. Why don't they just have one show with the characters from all the shows, make it like 3 hours long, have a massive freaking orgy? Everybody could say, all right, we all have the same thing. This way, one show will be hacked. One show will have the guy with the carbohydrates. It's so freaking stupid that they just keep taking each other's storylines. It's asinine. Because if you see a guy that has freaking 3 heads on Chicago Med, you know that on The Resident within 2 weeks, somebody's got 3 heads. It's a guarantee. It's absolutely freaking ridiculous. So save us all the trouble. Have one giant freaking orgy. Have everybody sleep with each other in the same freaking episode. Get that out of the way. And it's just... So now the other day on freaking New Amsterdam, they hired 4 bouncers to work in the emergency room. Bullshit. It's so freaking... that's it. That's the rant on freaking medical shows. It's bullshit. Absolute freaking bullshit.
Hey, Juke.
Yeah.
Wow. I have to ask you, will you and Angie be joining the orgy as guests?
No. We're going camping for the first time today. Oh, and I will be taking everything in as I walk around observing these freaking campers, because there's going to be some assholes.
Have you weighed every object going into the camper?
Oh, wait a minute. While I was away, you saw I had my pile of stuff that was weighed and everything, right? Angie moved everything into the office. Don't know. I'm going to have to guess. It's a hard thing, but I'm going to have to guess. And then I watched, everybody says, oh, why do you waste shit? On one of the camping shows the other day, every 100 pounds of stuff you add to an RV decreases your fuel consumption by 2%. People say, oh, why do you weigh shit? Yeah, that's why I freaking weigh it. Because when you're getting 10 miles to the gallon, you better believe you want to save every freaking drop of gas you can. But now my real rant this week was on the freaking Olympics. Because the other day I opened my freaking e-tablet, and there's the freaking story about a slap fighting championship. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? So now, because everything's. So now I picture the cast from Taxi, that TV show with Danny DeVito, Tony Danza, all of them. If they were alive, if they were making an episode today and they were discussing what's on the TV guide, what Olympic sports are on today, and they'd be like, Jim, what are you going to watch this evening? Oh, shuffleboard has always been my thing, Alex. Why, Jim? Why do you like shuffleboard? Oh, the intensity of the game is just amazing. and then freaking Lotka, they'd be like, Lotka, what do you like? But where I come from, goat humping is a very big sport in goat humping. No, we're not going to. This is where we're going. So now I can see freaking Banta saying, hey, Alex, what time is the boxing on? And do it, Danny DeVito. All right, Banta, listen up. Your phony boxing is gone. Now we're going to have slap fighting. But I hope it's to do with bitches, because everybody loves watching bitches slap the shit out of each other. It's so freaking stupid. I mean, I can see them now. Oh, What time is cornhole on? I can't miss it. How did this shit become freaking sports? How did anybody?
Exactly, Mike? How did they choose that name, cornhole?
That's it. I don't know. It's the same freaking thing. And like, all right, to me personally, I consider golf to be a hobby. To me, golf isn't a sport. You're walking around smacking a little ball. But compared to cornhole, now you're talking about hitting a little ball, 300 and something, 400 yards. Now that's difficult. But to toss a freaking beanbag at a freaking object 30 feet away, come on. And if this goes to the Olympics, say, now you can be a speed walker. I'm going to walk fast. Guess what? I'm an Olympic athlete. God. What do? I walk fast. It's so freaking stupid. Whatever happened to the real freaking Olympics? It's so freaking dumb. I just see it's so stupid. It's just the shit that so what do? You sit across the table from each other and take turns smacking each other in the face. What is that? It's so freaking that's what we have. This is our world. That's it. This is our freaking world.
But is there alcohol involved in any of the cornholing or, the typical drinking games, it sounds like?
I mean, my son's upstairs neighbor, he's actually making money at it now. Last time I saw him, he joined 4 leagues, and he's actually winning money in tournaments. I'm like, oh, my God. And we have our cornhole set packed. I'll probably be doing a video of me playing cornhole. And Angie cheats like a bastard, so it'll all be documented.
Oh, my God, dude.
Her son, when we played cornhole with her son, he's telling us, like if it hits the side and bounces off, you add 2, but then you take them. Where did you come up with any of these freaking rules? Oh, that's the way we play it at UF. Well, then
no. Let me ask you something. What is the origin of cornhole?
That I don't know. I honestly
don't. Look at what Juke Johnson says. He says the first time someone asked.
Hey, Jukes, for everybody who's watching, Juke's a friend of ours, and he'll be on next month or so. Great country record. And can you shed any light on, cornhole? Yes, cornholio. Great cornholio. Yeah. I've never heard of a game called cornhole until I moved to New Jersey. Well, yeah, I got to rephrase that. That's not the first thing. What is the first thing any of you
cornholio from Beavis
and Butthead. Cornholio. To respect the mighty bunghole.
There you go.
I remember it. That was a great movie. Now that was clever.
So one more quick thing. Speaking about TV shows, the other day I'm watching Mobtown about the 1957 meeting up at Appalachia, New York, with all the mob bosses and everything.
Oh yeah, running.
They're driving down the road, 1957, passing one Rubbermaid mailbox after another. Guess what? They didn't start being produced till 1999. So if you're going to produce a movie or direct a movie, get your head out of your freaking ass. Because yes, there's anal people like me out there. Even though the scene lasted less than a second, and I had to show Angie 3 times, I said, look at this, Rubbermaid, 1957. But, and the house across the street had vinyl windows. So, 1957, they didn't have vinyl windows then. But, hey.
Do you ever take any medication for stress or
hell no.
Natural?
Hell no. No, yeah, I actually drink, and believe it or not, my coffee is half caffeine, half regular.
Wow.
So I'm only half caffeinated. Yeah.
The next time, I don't know if there's anything we have to do at the studio, like rebuild it. I'm going to have you come in here because I'm just going to have you be the crew chief. You can yell at him too. I find that sometimes it's better if you have a surrogate do your screaming for you.
You better believe it. Believe it.
I used to do construction, so I know what you mean. It's hard to be nice when you're running a crew. But, all right. Well, everybody.
All right, guys.
We're about where are we at? Shit, we have a minute, and I love it. We're right on the clock, Julie. We are cruising today, aren't we?
Mike.
I know you're working on.
Oh, we're going camping, and I'm going to look at all the assholes and make notes. I'm bringing my notebook. I'm writing shit down.
Don't forget your camera, man. You got it.
I have it. I'm filming shit. Yeah. We almost had our first disaster yesterday. So the camper is 3511 overall. We just got it back into the driveway. The last time we didn't go so far back. This time I look up, it looks okay. Now by the time I jack up the front of the camper, the back wall of the camper is hitting the garage. I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God.
Jesus.
But it'll be interesting because today's going to be Angie's first shit in a friggin' RV motor bathroom. So it's going to be brutal. Hey, she knows it. She's even said this morning, I guess we'll be testing that toilet out. Oh, yes, we will.
Oh, right. So, have that coffee and let us know how it goes.
All right, guys. Love you all. See you next week.
Bye, Mike.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Angie, we'll be glad to pray for you. Yeah.
Here we are at the base of the old bridge that was washed out in 1990, forcing them to build a brand new bridge. We're very close to the spot where Bill Skeeto was hung back in December 3rd, 1864. We will go explore that spot shortly. We just wanted to show you the base of the bridge that forced them to cover up the hole with tons and tons of cement and rock.
Hi, everybody. Neve here from Live with Neve. PayPal me /Live with Neve. Send us a few shekels. Keep us on the air. Keep it moving. We have some great dates coming up, including live from Nashville in April. So please send us a bone. Send us a watch. Send us, I don't know, weird credit card things. Whatever. Send us your old crazy aunt. I don't know. We can make her one of our mascots. At any rate, just send something. PayPal me /Live with Neve. All right, everybody. We're half past the hour here in New York and Florida, Tampa, and we have some great guests today. We're going to be bringing on I was going to say a comedian, and I think I may be right when I say that. Rich Perotta is an amazing artist, and I just seen a lot of his work today. Saw a couple of pieces the other day in the email that came across my desk. But we're glad to have him on. If you're a fan of Marvel Comics, and we're just going to have him on. He's going to do a little drawing. And hey, Jill, are you excited?
Hey. Oh my God, yes. Rich is freaking fantastic. Got to join his, follow him and join his live stuff. But yeah, let's let him explain what he does.
And I'm also excited because we have a great act in the wings just waiting to go on. We have Andreas, and we can't wait to have him on.
Yep, and so let's bring on Rich first and let him share with us what he does and his uniqueness and wonderful creativity.
Yeah,
Rich.
Oh my God, I'm here! Wow, how'd that happen? Holy crap!
It's like technology.
Is that me?
It's back to the future, man. You've been in the time tube all year.
Is that my much more handsome doppelganger that I see on the screen? That's crazy.
He's a better man than you'll ever be.
I know. Tell me about it. Tell me about it. I've only, he does work for Marvel Comics. I just work, I work in the rock quarry and stuff like that, and I sell hot dogs on the weekends. That's all I do.
I find hot dog sales are a good augment to a musical career.
Well, I use them for other things aside from the hot dogs themselves. I use them for other things aside from consumption. But I'm not going to tell you.
I like it. We'll talk about
hello, how are you? Oh, you? Anyway, hi. Hi. All being serious, thank you very much for having me on your show. I really appreciate it. No, thank you. Excellent. All right, so short about me. I've been an artist all my life since I was 4. Mm-hmm. My first professional art job was, in fact, Marvel Comics. I had an internship there in the mid-'90s. I was a young kid, too, so I was like one of those quote-unquote prodigies, whatever. And I was an intern for the X-Men office. Then I was on staff for about a year. And then I was a freelancer for about 10 years, working on just about every title you could think of as an inker. I wasn't a penciler as of yet. I wasn't that good as of yet. Then I stopped for a little bit. After about 10 years, I got a little burnout. And then that actually does happen. If you do it every single day.
Of course, yeah.
It's nuts. It really gets nuts.
It becomes, work.
After a while, it does. After a while, it does. Especially when you work with properties that really aren't yours, that you really can't, you really can't stretch your imagination or your ability to tell a story all that much because the characters obviously are already set. So after a while, you're like, okay, how many webs does Spider-Man have? Yay! Oh, look at this building; it's the same thing as I drew before. Yeah, it's just like, you know, how many different ways can you draw Spider-Man swinging through the city? It's like, come on,
right.
enough. So I stopped for a bit, and then I worked for DC Comics for a couple of years. Not much.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. I was at that point. I was like, you know what? I worked the big two. I'm good. You know, it's like I climbed that mountain, and it was funny because I didn't. I'm not going to say I didn't go to art school. You know, like a certain guy who used to wears his cap backwards and wears Levi's jeans with a Spike Lee commercial or whatever the hell that is. But I mean, I didn't go directly to art school, but I learned independently. You know, and it's like
Sure.
I learned independently because I knew that I wouldn't get that type of education in any conventional college. So I took all sorts of courses for that, and it paid off. Because well, it did because my first professional art job, you know, was the largest comic publisher on Earth. You know, it's not bad. Not bad, and yeah, that was amazing. I was floored. I was floored when I got the job. I screamed, yelled, my girlfriend, everybody, you know, just people I didn't know. You know, it's like that was scary. Yeah, that was really scary, especially for them.
Yeah.
And you know, but then that was in about 2010 because I took a decent long break, like about 6 years. And then in 2013, I decided I wanted to go to the independent circuit because there was a lot more greater creativity, and there was. And I found my home because it was like I was able to like take some of the concepts that some of the writers were working on and mold them not so much into my vision, but what they wanted. And I was able to put a little bit of flair here and there. I was able to put my input in it. And the last 7 years, I've been working consistently. Well, just about 8. The last 8 years, I've been working consistently in the independent circuit, and I finally had the gumption to put out my own book. And
yay! Congratulations!
Yeah. Well, go ahead. I'm sorry. Please, Julz.
Oh no, I was just going to ask you.
Where do we find your book?
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you to please
sorry?
talk about your new book. Please tell us about the book.
Okay, I'll try and be as brief as possible because I tend to be long-winded, especially with the synopsis of the damn thing.
Listen,
so
we're going to have you back on. I have a feeling we're going to get to be good pals.
If I'm back on, that would be fantastic. I'd be honored once again. Julie shows up in my live shows once in a great while too, and I love it when she's there because it just gets better. It just gets better.
Absolutely.
What was I going to say?
Julie show before long.
It could be.
Yeah, great.
Could be. You know, if she plays her cards right, I'll change my YouTube channel name to the jewels of the artboard. You know, so it's like, hey,
I love it.
There we go, man. There we go.
I was happy with that. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, the title of the book is called The Incantessi, and it's about a young woman named Cassandra who's a professional dancer, and she lives in Milan. Now, this young lady, it turns out, she finds out in the worst ways possible that she can think of that she is not only destined to be a great sorcerer and master of the mystic arts and protector of the planet Earth, not like she asked for it, but she's also going to be a keeper of the wrath. Now, the Incantessi isn't her name; it's the name of the witch clan, if you will, of that started like sometime in the 1600s. And even though they were still hunted by man, they still protected, human society. A couple of the members of the Incantessi got fed up, killed a few humans, and more of the Incantessi decided to go ham on everybody in Europe. So, with the remaining sorcerers within the Incantessi clan, they took and captured all of the wrath and placed them in a pocket dimension. Now, that spell was supposed to last for all eternity, but it didn't, and it won't. It has to be renewed with greater strength from ancestors or future generations of the Incantessi. And we come to not Cassandra, but her aunt Emilia, who's supposed to be the anointed one, but she passes that responsibility on Cassandra in really the most disgusting way you can possibly think, and it involves family. So we have this person here who 1 minute was dancing over at La Scala Theater in Milan, and then the next minute now holds the fate of the entire planet in her hands. And with all the stuff that she's dealt with, I mean, she has to make a decision on whether she'll embrace this destiny or it'll consume her, and she may or may not save the day. That's the one thing that I love about it. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yes. Oh no, I'm sorry. So the destiny is what you just expressed. She's not sure how things are going to end for her. So that's where that's what the story is about. It's her entire journey.
It's her journey, but she may not want to complete that particular path of the journey because it's when you're that young and if you're in any way creative, I mean, people who are creative in any type of way tend to see things a little bit differently from those who aren't exactly like, sculpting or painting or, playing a music instrument or anything like that. We see things a little bit differently.
Sure,
absolutely. And as a dancer, she recognizes, the beauty of the human form and how it's so complex and how it can do so many wonderful things. And she wonders how so many people can just waste their lives with all sorts of avarice and all sorts of deceit and all sorts of other things. So she's not exactly, I mean, deep down, she's not exactly enamored with humanity at this point. And as the story unfolds, it gets worse. It gets a lot worse for her. Yeah.
So, okay, so we're coming up on a break, but we have we have 4 pages from your book. Do you want me to go over a couple now? We have a couple of minutes here before break. So shall I bring them up?
Well, if you go on break, we can do all 4 and we don't have to break it up. I mean, what do you think? I mean, do you want to show all 4 after the break or what do you want to do?
We've got 3 minutes.
Okay, let's show the pages then. I'm sorry. I'm leaving it up to you. I hope you didn't mind. That cover. That is the cover of the very first issue of the Incantessi. Drawn by me, inked by me, colored by me, written by me, and lettered by me, and printed by someplace in Britain, where I live. Yeah, I did the whole thing. That's an action page where one of the demons who represent the Wrath are trying to go after Cassandra, but these 2 people over here are trying to defend Cassandra with their very lives.
Wow.
And that's some fun stuff. All that's digital color. A lot of the penciling is tradition, and I scan the art. But I have a lot of fun with it. Yeah, it's like I said. I mean, I studied many disciplines when it concerned this. Film, cinematography, choreography of a scene or something. It's just architecture, perspective, life drawings. Thank you, Toby Simmons. I appreciate the compliment. Just like over here, this is her rehearsing, and it's just wanted to show what kind of character she is. She's like, okay, I'm bored. So she decides to do these faces, and it turns out her aunt Amelia was a Class A ballet dancer for about 20 years until she decided to retire. She's like world renowned, quote unquote. And it's like her aunt's teaching her, and she's like, "What the F are you doing?" It's like she cares, but she doesn't, but she still loves her aunt, regardless of anything. So that's that page. If you want to go to the last one. Yeah. Okay. This is when, thank you. Oh my God. Yeah. I love this page. This is when she's discovering her abilities, and she doesn't really know how to control them yet. It's still very raw, but she's able to hold off the attack by the demons set off by the Wrath. And I didn't send you the page, but I think you have the digital copy, right, Julz? I think you do. And you do. Yeah. So the double page spread after this shows exactly how much damage she can, cause. And it's pretty nasty. And her personality changes as well as her. It's not going to be a pleasant journey. I mean, there will be times when she will be reflective, but then she'll also be a little bit more paranoid, and she'll be angry, and she'll be lashing out. And great. Thank you, Brian. Hello. Thank you very much, man. I really appreciate it.
Well,
But
hey guys, well,
yeah,
let me hold that thought. We're going to go to a break really quick, then we'll come back and we'll continue. We want to hear more about your book, and I know we were talking a little bit about you doing what you do live on your show. If you have time, if you feel up to, if you're able to, or if you want to do
definitely.
that, that would be great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm going to turn the camera around so it will just cut to where it's supposed to be, and I'll just do the drawing. All right.
All right. Cool. We'll be right back. Hang on.
All right.
I'm Neil from Live with Neve. We have an exciting connection for our veterans, country music fans, and there is something for everyone. Gone Country Hats at GoneCountryHats.com. That's right, we've partnered with Gone Country Hats at GoneCountryHats.com. See you soon. All right. Hey, everybody. Good morning. It is 1:30 here in New York, and it's a beautiful day. It's kind of gray, but it's really temperate out, about 50. Hey, Julz.
Hey.
So for everybody watching, we're going to be running over a little bit because we've got some great guests, and we'll be here and hanging out. So let's get on with Rich because he's going to draw some real drawings, I understand. There we go. All right.
Yes, he is. And we're going to let him do his thing, and we're going to drop right out. So, Rich, it is all you, my friend.
Okay. Now, the way that I draw things, the way I put things together, what I do is I usually just try and just lay something out. I mean, I go in with just really just like squiggly lines, just with reckless abandon. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna draw the head and like the neck part or whatever of my character within the comic that we just talked about before in Cantesi. So what I'm doing right now is building something of a very, very wiry skeleton and diagram of where the parts of her face are going to be. And there's kind of like a hard set rule on measurements, like an average on where the parts of the face would be. I mean, they vary, of course, with length of nose, the size of the mouth, or how far apart the eyes are. But there's a general area over here. Now, if you can see it with the blue line that I have here, it's right over there. Right now, I have a construction of the face. Now, I'm going to just draw her hair like this, because, just little squiggly lines and stuff like that, so I know where everything is. And this is the part where I just go into the detail and all that. So let me just put her arms in, just really quick. So we're going to do it that way. So now I have my mechanical pencil, which is the awesomest thing ever. So what I do is, give me a second. All right, you know what? Let me just do it this way.
What I do cool so far.
What I'm doing right here is now, because I've drawn this a million times, I could do this really quick. What I do now is I fill in the areas where it's supposed to be. Now, I know the eyes are oval shaped, so within the circle, I just draw an oval within the shape. And there we are right there. We got ourselves an eye. And now we have another one over here. And through practice was really the only way I was able to get the perspective on the eyes on the three-quarter pose, which is like a three-quarter pose is one side of the face being shown predominantly more than the other. So we have this over here. Now, like I said, with the layout of everything, there's so many tricks that you can learn and you can cheat with. Not so much cheat, but use as templates. Like this big circle that I had for the eye. The outer rim over here is her eyebrows.
Wow.
So there you go, right there. Please draw a cartoon of Nell with a sling. Terry Linder is saying, great art. Thank you very much. All right, and you have this over here. Wait till I show you guys. I have a nice little surprise that I talked with Julz about at the end of this segment, and it's going to be fun. So there we go. We have the mouth right over there. And through continuous drawing of the face, which I think I've done about a trillion face drawings. You know, we have this over here. Yeah, I have. I mean, it's like you have to. I mean, I don't know who said it. I think it was Bridgman. Maybe I'm wrong, but you have to go through 10,000 bad drawings to get a decent one. And even then, it's not even that decent.
Even like Thomas Edison said, 10,000. I haven't failed. I just found 10,000 ways how not to do something.
Yes, exactly. And then I just keep doing this. By the way, anybody who wishes to see more of my live shows, and I do them almost every day, you can just what I'll do is after this interview is over, I'll provide the link to my Facebook account. Awesome. And also my YouTube account, because I just started a YouTube channel. And anybody, as a matter of fact, anybody who decides after they take a look at my YouTube channel, who subscribes to it, I will give them a digital. I will send by chat or email, whichever way they want to do it, a free digital copy of the first issue of the Incantessi.
Oh,
so
wow.
Anybody, yes, so it's going to be a nice, cool thing. It's going to be awesome. So anybody who decides to subscribe to my YouTube channel will get a copy of a digital copy of the Incantessi. And when you read it, you will see why I put so much energy into it. And Julz, without trying to brag or anything, just about every single person that has read the first issue of the Incantessi has either said, "Oh my, this is incredible work," or "I cannot wait until the second issue comes out." When is the second issue coming out? Which, by the way, it'll come out in June.
That's so awesome.
Yeah, I know. Well, I've got it down to a science now. So it's not that terrible that it's going to kill me, because I am the one who's doing all the stuff myself.
Right.
So I don't know. Hey, it's more money for me. I don't care. So there I am. It's yeah. Thank you. Yeah, no, not even a minute. That one's on that one. Like I said, I'll provide the link. I'll provide the link as soon as I sign off, and I'll send everything to Julie. And if you can can you post it after I leave?
Yeah, of course, absolutely.
Oh, you're awesome. Thank you so much. I still have to find my damn Indiegogo. But also, I finished a Kickstarter, a successful Kickstarter campaign. And if you just go to Kickstarter /The Incantessi, I'll provide the link for that also. You'll be able to get a much better version and idea of what I will be offering for not just the second issue, but any issue that goes on afterwards. So,
right on.
Yeah. So, because the next Kickstarter campaign is going to start sometime in April. I have to find the link for the Indiegogo one that I have. I don't know why the hell I can't find the damn thing. Yeah. So, in about a minute or so, that's what I got.
That's absolutely amazing.
And Thank you.
And beautiful. And it took you 1 minute. You've been doing this your entire life.
Entire life. My father, when I was 4 years old, living in Brooklyn, brought home two things for me: a Firestorm comic book and a Super Friends coloring book.
Wow.
When I was 4, I was copying just by sight with the paper away from me the movement of the superheroes. And when I had the Super Friends coloring book, I was coloring not only in the lines, but I also provided light and shading and depth. And at 6 years, yeah, I know. And at 6 years old, I was doing flip books, and no one showed me how to do the flip books. I think I saw it once, and then I'm like, "Oh, this is how you do it." So I did it, and I made little cartoons of a mouse eating a firecracker and blowing up. Weird. And I know it's like someone should have put me in a rubber room at that point, but it's like I don't want to kill everybody.
Don't worry.
I know. Well, you do this long enough, that's how it is. And I did not go to art school, but there were a few live drawing classes that I took. But it's just like with anything that's creative, you find a way if you want to do it.
Exactly.
You find a way. You find a way to learn. You pay attention to whenever you see anything that could be even remotely related to what you're doing. And if you love it and you push it, whether you get it or not, it's the journey that's just as important, because it just shows testicular fortitude, if you will, about how much you may want something. Well, it's the truth, really. I mean, that's the best word I can think of. Forgive me.
Yeah, no,
But
that's perfect. I love it.
thanks. And it's like if you have that type of desire for something that you really love to do, go get it.
Yeah. Hey, that's us musicians like Neil and myself. Been doing that our whole lives, playing music and all that great stuff.
Yeah.
Oh,
Go
that's
get
so
it.
awesome.
Thank you. Should I'm gonna have to turn my camera around. Can I go out and then come back in and just turn the
Well,
camera around?
yeah, we've got a couple more minutes, so yeah, if you
Yeah.
want, just go ahead and turn your camera around. We're right here.
Okay, I'll do that.
Take
I know it's gonna be awkward. I'm sorry.
Yeah, don't worry about it. I gotcha.
Everybody, brace yourselves. Get out the Dramamine. There's only a little turbulence.
Nah, see how easy you
Oh,
make
that was the
it.
wing falling off. Fuckaroo. Who needs
Nah,
that pesky
no,
wing?
it's all
Hey,
good. There
all
it
right.
is.
I wanted to do something, and I talked to Julie about this before. Earlier today, like I said, my Kickstarter campaign, it was a success, and it's great. And I had all the stuff printed out, and guess what? I just got the paperback copies today. So we are good. Can we do an unboxing real quick?
Yes,
Absolutely.
please.
In fact,
Yes.
I just
I'm
want to
sorry.
tell you, while we're doing this, Rich, I want the first copy off that pile, man. I'll send you the credit card info out as soon as we get off.
You got it. You got it.
Tell you
That's
what,
fine.
get one for Julie too, man.
Julie's already going to
It's
get
on
one.
me.
I'm already taking care of Julie. I'm not worried about that. So give me a second. Gonna open up
All
this.
right, guys, here we are having an actual live unboxing. This is cool.
Yes,
Yes,
it's
here we go.
unboxing. Look, and here's the box. There's the proof.
All
So
right,
there it is.
all
There's the
right.
box.
How exciting.
Oh my god.
I know, right? I'm the one opening the damn thing.
I'm excited as you are. Shit.
Oh, here we are. Yay. Ta-da.
All right.
Wow.
Live
Yes.
for you guys.
Yes,
with
live
Neve and
unboxing.
Rich. All right, man. How
All right, let me get an issue out. 1 second. These things are wrapped better than Fort Knox. All right, here we go. Ta-da. All right, now. The printer,
Wow.
here's the cover. Nice, really, really, really thick paper for the cover. It's really great. The printer that I found, I don't know if I'm going to plug them. I just might, but their print quality is absolutely astonishing. It's really, really incredible. And they have branches here in the United Kingdom as well as they do in the United States. It's called Mixam, Mixam. You can easily find them. And anybody who wants to do something like this can easily do it. Now, this is the interior of the pages, as you can see. Look at that. This is really, really incredible quality
Oh my
stuff.
god.
Truly, it's like, if anybody's familiar with any type of European measurements, that's what I'm thinking they are anyway. How exciting. Oh, I cannot tell you, Toby, how exciting this is. Because I got like 100 of these now, and it's awesome.
Right.
I got to send 3 of them right now already as it is. So it has all the pages, and it even has like the little bio of me. And this is the person who inspired the whole thing. She is an actress.
Wow.
She about a year and a half ago, she asked me for a commission, and I'm like, okay. She saw one of my go lives and she liked the art, and I was like, okay, let's do it. We discussed what she wanted to do, and we decided on like someone who does sorcery, like that.
Yeah.
So I drew the picture, and shortly after I wanted to do the self-publishing thing myself. So I did, but I was trying to figure out what characters I had from before, and I'm like, they all suck. So I didn't know what the hell to do. So what I did was I rummaged through some paper on my desk, and I found her commission. And then out of nowhere, like the whole story just popped into my head. Well, I mean, the abridged version,
Sure.
because I've edited it quite a bit, but
Right.
it was there. And the only thing I wanted to do at that point was just ask her if I can use her likeness for permission to use a likeness. And she said, she was like, absolutely, of course. And that's why I have this.
Well, congratulations, and thank you so
Wow.
much for coming on the show. We really
Thank you.
appreciate it, Rich.
My
And
goodness.
thank you so much. We've got to run to a break and have our next guest on. Thank you again for sharing everything with us and all that you do.
Absolutely.
And your art, and everyone can find you where?
You can find me on my Facebook page. It's just Rich Perotta. That's it. You can find me on my YouTube channel.
Great.
Which is called The Richness, because I decided to throw a little Tony Starkness in there, just
Hey, Very good.
Hey, yeah, that's me. And again, if you want to take a little bit more look at the Incantessi as a whole, there is the Kickstarter campaign, which is, Kickstart, just search the Incantessi. It's already funded, so it's already there. And again, if anybody checks out the channel, the title is called The Richness. I'll send a link, and if anybody decides to go over there, take a look at some of the go lives that I have, and subscribe. I'll know who it is. I'll message that person, and that person will get a digital copy of the first issue of Incantessi. And also, it would be cool if anybody decided to send a friend request, because I want everybody to see what I do. I want to share the love. So yes, thank you.
Hey man,
thank you.
Thank you so much for being on.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, listen, we'll have you back because I have another artist friend who was enjoying the show as well, and maybe I can do something, have both of you guys on, do some kind of live crazy drawing or something. You never know.
That would be wonderful.
But we'll talk about it, and then we have an excellent guest. Stick around if you want, and listen. Our next guest is an amazing jazz keyboard player, got a killer drummer with him, and they are going to tear it up. Andreas Hellkvist is coming right up. Thanks for watching Live with Neve. It's 1:45. Bye-bye. See you in a minute.
Hi, this is Leland Sklar, and I am hanging with Neve, and I am having the best time of my life.
Live with Neve, Fridays on the East Coast from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m.
All right. Happy Friday to everybody. You're here on Live with Neve. We're high in Highlands, and it is 1:45. The beautiful day out. I thought it was going to be foggy all day, but it looks like the sun's going to come out, and I'm just loving that. Thank you for sticking around and watching the show. We've really enjoyed everybody. We're going to be having a little longer version of the live show today. We're going to bring you a killer keyboard player. I've been watching him. Our friend Toby introduced me to him, and I watch him every time he's on, or as many times as possible. And without any ado, going to bring on Andreas Hellkvist. Here he is, man. Good morning. What time is it in your country?
It's almost 4 p.m. here.
Okay, it's 4:20 there, so everybody light up. Have a little smoke while you're at it. Cheers. It's like drinking. 4:20, wherever it's 4:20, you have to join them. So there you go. And remember, I'm not violating any laws. I am a legal American citizen who can smoke weed now in New Jersey. Thank you. One of the only things our governor has done worth a hoot. Any rate, so Andreas, tell me, when did you get started playing?
Well, so I play the Hammond specifically, or mostly the Hammond, and I fell in love with that instrument like many years ago, about 25 years ago or something. And before that, I've been playing the piano, some drums, some guitar. But it was when I found the Hammond organ that I had, the hallelujah moment.
Right. Well, that's, when they played well, there's nothing like it. People don't realize the dynamics capable out of that with, the good Leslie. I had a Leslie in my studio for decades, and I used it for all kinds of other stuff. It sounded just great with a Les Paul plugged into it. It was hot, warm butter. I mean, it was so sweet sounding, and we would just mix a little bit of it in. We'd put it on a fader and just put a little bit. And a lot of people wouldn't figure out what we were doing because we just kind of put it in the background to give you a little ear candy. It was a nice little frequency shift thing now. So every time I hear you play, I'm amazed because people underestimate it. Now, I'm a singing drummer, so I'm singing, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. But then I watch you're playing a bass line, a melody, and with your feet you're playing the bass line. And it blows me away. I can't say enough good about you playing.
Well, so glad to hear that. Thank you so much. Yeah. And I'm so thankful for being on. So thank you so much for having me.
So, do you have any gigs coming up in the near future with COVID? What's the scene like? Is it coming back at all over by you?
Well, yeah, it's. I mean, gigs are being booked, but at the same time, there's no guarantee that they will actually be happening.
Sure.
So like,
right.
they'll be booked, postponed. So what I've done now, because things were looking quite good here in Sweden during the autumn, so I started booking quite a lot of gigs, smaller gigs, small audiences, and then it all got just canceled, and then I lost faith in regular gigs for a while. So at the moment, I've been only focusing on the digital presence on YouTube and all
Sure.
that, and
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm glad you're doing your show, and I hope things get better where you're doing more live gigs. But now that you've done this, do you have any plans when it comes back to do some live streaming at your gigs?
Yeah, I might. I mean, the whole. I mean, now. You've learned a lot from this, doing all the live streams. I didn't know anything about the technology or like how it would go or anything, and now I'm kind of hooked on it, I would say.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Absolutely. Well, I think that what I was thinking is that, I'm not going to be playing anywhere with a broken arm anytime soon. However, when I do, I think that I will always do digital's just here, and I'm going to cover my ass at all times going forward. If there's a show to do, I say, why not stream it? Once you have a good fan base, you can ask them to kick up $1 or $2 for a tip. And, most people throw you $1. A lot of people do. And I think it's just part of our new thing. And like you, I had to learn a whole new way of doing this. I mean, learning about how to record with friends in Australia or other people in Europe. First time I did it, I can't tell you how terrified I was. It's almost as scared as I was the first time I did this show. My first show, I looked like I had a corn cob up my backside, and I was just like, hi, it's the Live with Neve show. And I'm never like that on a gig, on stage. You usually have your entertaining side that when you're out gigging, it just feels so good. I mean, to me, it's that we adopt our persona, if you will, but it's really us from deep down inside.
Yeah.
And it feels so great. I would do it for free and have. I also prefer to get paid, though.
But I mean, it's such an amazing opportunity to. I mean, before COVID, so of course you have all these social platforms on the internet like Facebook, YouTube, and you can. So it's been obvious for quite some time that like the world has shrunk quite a bit in the last.
Sure.
Yeah. And through YouTube, I think especially YouTube, I've gained, people have seen me on YouTube, and I've gotten friends and new fans all over the world. But
sure.
Now with the streams here, and I mean the reason for me being here today is because of the stream. So it has even more widened the audience and all the possibilities.
Sure. Well, tell me, what are you going to play for us first today?
Well, I thought I'd give a taste of some different things. I thought I'd start by playing the Hammond by myself, and then because I have my solo streams every Saturday, so I thought I'd just give a taste of that. And I thought I'd play one of, I thought I'd play one. I thought I'd play one of my songs. This is an album that I put out 2 years ago. And this song is called Let's Get Together, and it's kind of a funky tune. I think it's right for a Friday.
Great.
And I'll play that. And then, as you said, I have a drummer, so let's do something with him later. But
I'm sorry, I know how drummers are. We all have our cross to bear.
But you want me to play something right now?
Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah.
Let's rock and roll.
Yes.
All right, man. Now you're cooking. All right, everybody.
So here's my B3. Yes, and here's let's get together.
Neil, you're on mute. Unmute yourself, Neil. Andreas, that was wonderful. That was wonderful, wonderful, wonderful.
Thank you.
Man, that was cool. Very nice. One of our friends asked, is he playing the bass with his feet? I was like, hell yeah.
That was our friend Irish, yeah.
Yeah, man. That was great.
Yeah, see, that's not something we get to see a lot of, so that was very incredible. How long have you been playing that again? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I've been playing the Hammond quite exclusively for about 25 years.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
It has become like, I mean, there's many ways of playing. There's many ways of playing the Hammond, and depending on the situation, like if you're playing by yourself, you can do a lot more without disturbing any others. If you're playing with a band, you have to maybe sometimes step back a little, not play so much. If you're by yourself, you can do whatever you want at any time. And I like using like the whole instrument to use the full potential of the instrument.
Optimize. There you go. Well, you know what? Hey, can you hang on with us for a moment? We're going to go to a break because we have to do that, and then we'll come right back in, and we'll come right back to you. Is that cool?
Yes.
Thank you, Andreas. We'll be right back, guys. We'll be back in a moment here.
Follow, subscribe, like us anywhere you find webcasts and on all of our social media to get bonus material.
Hi, I'm Gabrielle Metz, and I'm on Live with Neve.
All right. How's everybody doing? Hey, Julie,
Great.
how about that? Was that killer or what?
Yeah, that's awesome. We wanted to bring him back on. He has a lot more to do, some more stuff to do.
I know.
So,
For everybody
Andreas,
watching, we have Andreas Hellkvist, and he's on Live with Neve, and we're going to go. It is 11 o'clock.
Go right ahead.
Hello.
I want to hear a Swede say howdy. That's why I said that.
Howdy, ma'am.
Howdy,
Oh,
man.
that's good.
Wow. He's pretty good. We're going to put you on the cast, man.
Jeez.
Pretty good you're pretty fly for a white guy.
So, do we have another song
Sure.
that we were going to do?
So I thought because so Neil asked me to because he saw me do a set with a trio, and we played somewhere. I played the piano, but also with bass pedals. Because I'm an organ player, I don't want to get rid of the bass pedals. So anyway, we played some Oscar Peterson, and I brought a drummer here, and I thought that I would, so we'll play that Oscar Peterson Night Train. So coming up, sorry about that. Here,
No worries,
yes.
No worries.
Howdy.
This is
hello.
To my great friend Oscar Johansson Verre.
Hey, man. Pleasure
Hi.
to meet you.
And here's Night Train.
All right.
This is going to kill it. I love it.
And
Woohoo!
All right. Very nice.
That was great. I know he's coming back on. Hi, that was wonderful. That was just amazing. Suddenly I was in the movie Back to the Future. Because that's where I know that song from the most, right?
I used to hear it. My dad used to sing it when I was little, and that was before the time when I was interested in jazz. I just thought, what's that old melody you're singing all the time? But then I rediscovered, and it's quite not that bad.
Yeah, it's beautiful. You guys are amazing. I mean, just as a duo, just incredible. That was amazing.
A great amount of sound. Wonderful drummer. Oscar kicks ass.
Yeah, he does. Both of you guys.
He does.
Yeah, man. I was a great fan, and I learned to play a lot of jazz as a young guy. And I grew up, stealing every lick I could from all the old guys, all the Miles and the Coltrane, Bill Brubeck. It's just in the bebop, so many influences there.
Yeah, I mean, and it's all out there. I mean, you to not reinvent the wheel. I mean, you have to check out all these those cats. That there's so much to get from there.
Right. It inspires you to greater levels of creativity, because I find just being exposed to anything that's new and different than what you're used to, like your comfort zone. You really only get better when you really push the envelope. And I found it when I used to play a lot live. There's times when you're just playing along and it's such a great groove and everybody's clicking and you just want to try some little accent with your bass player. And I used to look at my guy and be like, "Ba-ba!" Like after 2 days of doing it, we'd be able to throw that little micro lick in and drop it in different parts in the song. And it was cool because we both feel it coming, but we'd only do it once. We make people really want it for a while, and then we'd throw it back in when they thought it was gone. That feeling is so great.
Yeah, and to have that, that telepathy, and you do something like you're just playing. And then you say, and you hear that, oh, he did the same that I was, you do the same thing without, communicating. And then you just look at each other and say, yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah.
For sure. I don't know. What else are you going to play today?
Well, I have one, I could do another variant, and which would also be a nice tune, to complement what we've already did. And in the spirit of Oscar Peterson, so I thought I'd move the camera and I play duo with drums and organ instead.
Okay, great.
And then I will play Hymn to Freedom, which is one of my all-time favorite Oscar Peterson songs, and it's been with me almost since I started playing, and I think it's just such a great song, a great title, and and it's a little my own version, a little more gospely than usual. So yeah.
Well, good. We're looking forward to it. I'm just having a great time listening. I'm really enjoying the show.
Okay.
Here we are, everybody. You're watching Live with Neve. We have Andreas. He's going to be doing a little set change. I also want to remind everybody, Julie and I will be on a comedy show today over in Britain. At 3 o'clock, we're going to be on CNLZ online. It is a British talk show, I guess, and they're going to have a comedian on. And Julie and I will be some of the people who will be interfacing with the comedian, whatever that will entail. We don't know. Hey, who knows what it could entail?
Huh?
I don't know if it's PG, RX, or what kind of rating this has. We may never know until we get on.
Well, we're good with anything.
We're
like
ready
it
for
all.
anything
All
for
letters
sure.
of the alphabet.
Yes, for sure. So
All right.
what a great day. Andreas is kicking ass. We've got, I mean, really, this is some great fun.
There we go.
Here,
Ready,
here
Andreas.
they go. Andreas Hellkvist from Sweden, everybody.
Okay.
All right, all right. All right, thank you, everybody. We're about to run out. We've had Andreas Hellkvist from Sweden. Please check him out on his YouTube channel. We thankful for having him here. And listen, we're going to be posting later links to his stuff. But how about it, Julie? Was that just killer or what?
That was wonderful. I mean, great show. Andres is wonderful. Oscar was amazing, and of course Rick Perotta, and we can't forget our good friend Mike, the Rant Man. So
well, Mike got a complaint, so we've done our job.
Yes, our day is done today. Everybody have a great weekend, and Neil, feel better, and we will chat soon.
Is the clam hand.